Yo, what's going on, guys? GZTV back with another video. Welcome back. We have our weekly track roundup for our morning schedule. And then, throughout the day, I'm just going to be watching football, maybe a little bit of basketball. I'm not really sure. Tomorrow, we'll probably watch more basketball than we did today. But we have the 12th episode of Season 6 of The Walking Dead. Not tomorrow yet. Excuse me, Jesus Christ. I have the hiccups. I usually wake up and get the hiccups. I literally just woke up. Yeah, I woke up like 20 minutes ago. And I got ready. And here I am making videos for you guys. I need to get a haircut, bro. It's pretty bad. So, yeah, let's just get into the plot and all that stuff. So, while foraging in the woods, Carol kills a walker, then painstakingly recomposes her appearance before making and distributing acorn and beet cookies to the children and her friends. And Alexandria, she's like the mom. It's kind of interesting that Tobin calls her like the mom of the community. I mean, she's kind of like adopted that title, and she's like taken on this character. Because she definitely wasn't like this before she got to Alexandria. She just wanted to be a nice person to these people, give them kind of hope. Yeah. She is shaken when Rick returns saying they will have to fight and visits Sam Anderson's grave. Drops the cookie off. Yeah, man. Rest in peace to Sam. She probably regrets being so mean to him. He died very young, which is unfortunate. But Morgan finds her there and asks why they haven't talked since they fought in the basement several weeks ago. I mean, is there something to really talk about? I'm just going to turn this off. Is there really something to talk about? It turns out that Carol didn't convince Denise, Eugene, Tara, and Rosita to keep quiet about the incident on the pretense of protecting Denise, though Carol seems less certain now about who it is that she's protecting. Is she really protecting Denise, or is she protecting Morgan? Or is she protecting everyone else? Who knows? So yeah, Denise is like the doctor. They don't want her like banished from camp or whatever. Carol leaves a cookie on Sam's grave, troubled over who is going to die next. Rick calls a meeting and lays out the deal with the Hilltop and explains how the Saviors nearly killed Sasha, Abraham, and Daryl, but they didn't, and it would only be a matter of time before they found Alexandria. Like, they could trace a bunch of things and get to this place easily. Morgan proposes that stating their willingness to fight might be enough to stop the Saviors, but Rick disagrees and won't give up the initiative, preferring to make a preemptive sneak attack against the Saviors and kill them all. We know, Morgan's about, like, the peaceful shit, and, I mean, it's respectable. He's a good guy, I guess, but at some point you gotta toughen up and fight some people in an apocalypse. Maybe you don't have to, but these people wronged them so bad, and they wronged the Hilltop people who they're closely associated with. So yeah, you kind of have to fight back at that point. Sleepless that night, Carol opens a diary which seems to be a list of the people she has killed. Ryan Samuels, Karen, David, Lizzie, approximately 7 at Terminus, and 7 wolves. Which is very interesting. She totals it to 18 lives taken, circling the number as it weighs on her conscience. It's kind of fucked up, really, that she did that to herself. Carol walks aimlessly, smoking again, and finds Tobin also restless. Oh my god, it's going to be a long review. Tobin admits that Carol can do things that terrify him and says that she's still a mom and she has that strength towards most of the people in Alexandria. But she means something else to him, and she kisses him, and we have another romantic relationship in this show. Maggie and Glenn are worried too. As negotiator for the deal, Maggie feels she has a moral imperative to see it through, though she suggests she takes perimeter position, keeping a watch to kind of monitor everything. Abraham takes the opportunity of the trip to pack up and move out, leaving Rosita, saying that it happens. It's really fucked up, honestly, that he would do that to Rosita. After saying, like, she's like the perfect woman for him, She demands answers, and Abraham admits that when they met, he thought she was the last woman on Earth, but she isn't. Like, what the fuck? That's the most backhanded shit I've ever heard. As Abraham walks out, Eugene is unable to console his Rosita. Obviously, Eugene always has these, like, bad timing moments. whether it was when they were having sex or when it was now, you know. Later, still fuming about the breakup, Rosita complains to Carol about Morgan having the nerve to make waves at the meeting, but she agrees with Carol not to tell. Rick, Glenn, Maggie, and Daryl strategize with Andy, a hilltop scout, on attacking the building they believe to be the Savior's stronghold. It's got like the satellites above it. It's a pretty badass looking place. They plan to arrive at night on the ruse that they used delivering Gregory's head to gain admittance to the building and seize the room they believe to be the armory. They're kind of just guessing which room the armory is. To facilitate this, Glenn and Heath kill some walkers looking for a stand-in for Gregory's head and talk about having to kill another person for the first time. Like, they've never had to kill humans, which is interesting because Glenn has been a big character of this series for such a long time. And he's just now having to kill people. Rick, Jesus, and Andy pick from among 3 heads, and after Rick breaks the nose of one, Andy says that the Saviors are scary, but they've got nothing on Rick. Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. He took like a dead walker's head and just beat the fuck out of it. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty smart that they used another walker to be Gregory and that they bought into it. That was a very dope little exploit they pulled off there. They arrive at a facility with 2 enormous radio dishes, like they explained at the beginning. Andy plays this role counting to the 2 Savior sentries as he brings the head, and succeeds in fooling him, like, yeah, that's his head. And you get the shit beat out of him. One of them is killed by Daryl, and then the second one returns with hostage Craig. Michonne kills him before he notices anything amiss. So they die pretty peaceful deaths, most of these people, which is, like, kind of good-hearted, but obviously they killed people, but there was a reason. Operating in pairs, Rick and Daryl, Abraham and Sasha, Glenn and Heath, and Rosita and Aaron infiltrate the building with Michonne in reserve. It's kind of like a cool dynamic. You kind of, the scenes switch from pair to pair, you know? It's kind of cool. Oh my god. Motherfucker. What just happened? Okay. They begin a systematic room-by-room search for the armory, murdering any sleeping men as they are encountered. Yeah, again, that's peaceful death. They didn't know that they died. Their head just got squished by a knife. After committing his first human kill with Heath, Glenn finds a wall decorated with 20 Polaroids of headshot wounds, reminiscent of a serial killer's trophies. It is very, like, weird. I don't know. Outside, Tara and Gabriel help Andy take Craig away to a vehicle where they keep watch with Jesus. Tara asks Gabriel if he's still a priest and confesses that she lied to Denise, that she'd been involved in an attack on another human community before and didn't like it, but she had to lie to, like, fit in with her, to please her lover and all. Gabriel and Jesus comfort her by saying that her love for Denise is her reason to fight. That's why she's here. She wouldn't be here if she didn't love Denise. While Sasha and Abraham are occupied by a locked door, a savior walks in on them and slices Abraham with a knife, so he actually gets attacked by them. Sasha stabs him, but the man defiantly pulls a fire alarm, which is it kind of sucks because their plan is starting to go to shit because the fire alarm goes off, everyone's alerted, and yeah. Carol and Maggie, keeping watch opposite Tara and Gabriel, hear the alarm, but Carol, who is angry about Maggie being on the raid and insisted on accompanying her, blocks Maggie and tells her to stay out of the fight, like she's pregnant. It's not because she can't fight, it's literally because she's pregnant. Tara and Jesus send Andy to return Craig to the hilltop to keep their deal alive and make sure the hilltop isn't blamed for the attack. Jesus, however, dons his mask and goes in, claiming the saviors won't see him. He's a pretty sneaky guy. He's pulled off some pretty crazy shit in this series, and I feel like he's going to continue to be a pretty big part of this series. Rick uses suppressive fire from an assault rifle to kill 3 saviors descending a stairway. Aaron kills another and is then saved by Rosita. Tara and Gabriel gun down saviors who attempt to flee the building. The action reaches a climax as the attackers try to find the savior's armory. Abraham busts down a locked door and discovers a small marijuana grow room. Aaron forces another door open and finds a supply closet. Glenn and Heath find the armory and pick up assault rifles to shoot full auto through its door at their pursuers. They are shocked at the carnage they've caused, and a wounded savior points a handgun at Glenn, but it's killed by the timely arrival of Jesus. So they're kind of shocked, and obviously they didn't see the bodies that hit the floor, which probably makes it better for them, because they're they're a little more morally in tune than a lot of other people in their group. So in the end, Rick's side suffered no casualties, which is kind of like some plot convenience. You would expect someone to get like hurt or something, but yeah. When there's full daylight, Tara and Heath depart on a planned scavenger run. Morgan, back at Alexandria, busily welds bars together to make a detention cell to like punish people rather than just killing them right away. While Michonne wonders which of the corpses might be Negan, Rick's group stop a last savior attempting to escape by motorcycle, Daryl's, which had been stolen earlier. Daryl is beating the man when a female voice comes over the Savior's walkie-talkie, ordering them to lower their weapons, saying that they have Carol and Maggie. So they have held 2 of their group members at hostage. They've held them hostage, and yeah, pretty much blackmailing the fuck out of them. So yeah, that's the cliffhanger. It's gonna get really interesting. I'm excited. But yeah. It's a pretty dope episode, 96%, 8.34 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. Not Tomorrow Yet tests viewers' patience with slow-building tension and delivers with a powerful, action-packed ending. Yeah, this episode was actually pretty good. I don't really have that much to say about it, but we still have our weekly track roundup. Yeah, man. Hopefully you enjoy these videos. If you're a TV show fan, well, if you're just a fan of TV, I don't know why I said TV show fan. If you're just a fan of TV, then yeah. But, I'm out, guys. Have a good rest of your day. Again, like I said, weekly track roundup. Later tonight, we have our NBA recap. Every single night of the NBA season, we've been doing NBA recaps, and yeah, I was just making sure that's the right mic. Sorry if I ear raped you guys, but leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'm probably going to be streaming on Twitch tonight. This is pretty much a Saturday for me because we don't have school tomorrow, which obviously I'm going to get like homework and shit done tomorrow, but still, it's